They say there are two kinds of people in this world. Those who find themselves, and those who create themselves. Are you looking for purpose, or deciding it for yourself? Will you plunge waiting for someone to catch you, or will you jump and build your wings on the way down? Seek a path, or carve a path. Wait for the future, or build it. What is a school but a set of walls waiting for greatness? And who are you but someone destined to achieve it? Here, between the street and the jungle, against time and tide, we push and pull just like the currents. Our ocean of dreams will meet the odds ahead and rise above it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening from the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse. I'm Fred Peters. I'll be doing the play-by-play tonight. Frank Cruz is here once again doing our color commentary. And before we get started with our game of the week between the UOG Tritons and the KFC Bombers, our pregame interview tonight will be one of the members of the Lady Tritons, Miss Paige Persia. Paige, welcome. It's good to meet someone from outside. As we were talking a little bit, you're from somewhere in my neck of the woods, as we say back there. I'm from Illinois, and I know you said you're from Mayville, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Just a few things. How long have you been on island, and how do you like Guam?
I've been on island since towards the end of August, right before the semester started, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying the warm weather compared to back home, where it's
most definitely
pretty cold right now.
Yep. I believe you mentioned that it had started snowing a little bit back there already.
Yeah, it's supposed to snow, yep.
Some of the things, did you play, your whole basketball, your whole life back there, starting through, fourth grade program, fifth grade on up through middle school, high school, and then any college?
So I started playing at about fifth grade, and then my 8th grade year I played AAU for a year, and then I ended up taking a year off, and then I played my sophomore year for a different AAU team, and I played all the way up through high school, and then I didn't play in college. I just did intramurals, like co-ed, and then I actually played over like winter break with one of my friends who went to 2-year school, so I played with her team for like winter break for practices and stuff. So
that's fantastic. Now, wouldn't obviously if you only got here August 19th, what did you know about Guam before August 19th?
Well, I didn't really know where it was, so I had to look that up. I did know it was warm. That's rainy season right now. But I didn't really know too much about it.
What time you mentioned earlier about an exchange program? What got you interested in applying? Or I'm assuming you had to apply for this exchange program.
Yeah, you had to apply, and then you had to apply to the school as well. So I just wanted to go somewhere warm for a semester, and I was going to go in the spring, but I'm actually here with my friend Allie, and with the way that our classes worked in our majors and stuff, we weren't able to come in the spring, but we figured it'd be a good opportunity and an experience that we probably won't have again.
Yeah, great. So once you got here on August 19th, we actually interviewed Coach Alandez, I believe, game one. What was the prize? Did she come to you, or did you go to her? I mean, how did you? I know you're playing for the women Tritons right now, so.
Yeah, so I actually saw. I think we got a text from our RA, or I saw something around school saying that there was tryouts for the girls basketball team, and I was like, maybe I'll see what that's all about. So I came to that first night, and then I was like, well, I just want to play. So.
Yeah. Great.
Now you guys are just coming off a tournament. I believe it was about 2 weeks ago. How did you do in that? Were you pleased with the way you did? I mean, is there, things you from there? What's the next step?
So we got second for the league for the fall, and we went 1-1 with Wetza for the league, and then we lost to them in the championship game by I think 6.
Yep.
So definitely room for improvement. we pulled it together that second game against them, but just not in the championship game. So just got to work on communication and teamwork a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, I would imagine that'd be with you traveling all this way, and from some of our local girls, like some of your teammates, Naya and Cabrera and Isla, that it would take some time to, the communication may not have been there right off. But
oh yeah, and those girls some of them have played together for multiple years, so they know, especially Isla and Naya, they know how to play with each other.
Right.
They just work so well together.
Played many years at St. Paul, one of the local schools here. Well, class-wise, I mean, UOG, I mean, you went to school at University of Wisconsin, Green Bay. In the classroom, what's the differences?
I guess I would say the classes here are a lot smaller compared to what I'm used to. Okay. And for my business classes, I do have to dress up every day, which I'm not used to. So that's a little different, but so far I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Yeah.
What year are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior now. Okay.
So this exchange, at this point, will you have 3 more semesters left, and then you'll graduate and decide the next step after that? What's some of the things you've done outside? I mean, UOG, do you spend all your time on campus, or do you get out and about? Do you get down to, Two Lovers Point, some of the sites around here?
Yeah, I've actually been to Two Lovers Point, and then to Marble Cave.
Okay.
I've been to the beach a few times, the mall, the plaza. Actually, our advisor's daughter from here, she's been taking us around on the weekends and trying to get us to explore and go around Guam a little bit. So
if you were to tell somebody, give them some pointers about coming to Guam as an exchange student, what are some of the things that you would tell them to try to make it better for them?
I thought that definitely playing basketball helped me a lot.
Oh, great.
A great opportunity to meet people and become friends. So try to get out there and do something that you can meet people, like clubs or something like that. Yep. Even friends in your dorm, like that. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
When we talked with Coach Olandez a couple weeks, she mentioned that there's times that she would have 5 a.m. practices for the Lady Tritons. What's a typical day for you like now? Are you guys still practicing right now? Okay, so are there 5 a.m. practices every day?
Yeah, not every day. 2 days a week. It switches off every other kind of.
Okay.
She just tries to work around everyone's schedule because everyone's trying to work and school and all that. So, but 5 a.m. practices.
5 a.m.
Those aren't the best.
Yeah, well, if you're not a morning person, then then maybe not.
Is there a league that the team is preparing for, or just preparing for the next season?
For the
January?
next season,
okay.
for January.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, for the, but now, will you be here for that,
I
that
will
one?
not, no.
Okay, but that's great. You're still working out with the team now to get some of the younger girls, Naya and Isla, and those guys. Well, that's fantastic. How's the classes going? Every straight A's, I suppose?
If only, They're not too bad. Figuring it out. My grades are pretty good, so.
Okay. Well, I suppose to get accepted into an exchange program, they would have to be. I mean, I think that'd be somewhat selective.
Yeah.
You mentioned you come out. Did you have a college classmate that came out here with you?
Yeah.
So are you both in the same exchange program?
Yes, we're both doing the National Student Exchange Program through our school, and then we're just taking our regular classes for our majors here.
Okay.
So.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You try to finish off at home in Wisconsin as well?
Yeah, yep. After this semester, I'll be back home in Green Bay and then finish up there for a year and a half.
What do you plan to do upon graduation?
I have no idea.
Come back to Guam.
We'll see.
Maybe.
Okay. Have you been watching some of the games here in the men's league?
Yeah, I've been to all of them. I love watching guys basketball. It's so interesting to me.
Any predictions on which team will?
I don't know. Last game, UOG and who?
They played.
FSAC?
Four stars.
I'm sorry.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Where 4 stars ended out on top. UOG is 1-1 right now. So the men, the KFC Bombers are 2-0. So this should be
a good game too.
Good game tonight. But ultimately the league, a lot of these teams, UOG has a lot of young guys out here. Some of these kids such as Brandon Soriano's a freshman, played at FD, Harold Garland, Sanchez. So I really look for UOG to be better as the year goes on when they get some experience. Some of the things that you mentioned earlier about the communication, which is so key in basketball. The more games you get together, probably the better you're going to be.
It's nice to see the program really growing too, especially with the women's programs. I mean, not just basketball, but soccer and volleyball. Doug Palmer's really done a pretty good job of trying to bring it all together. And then we've got this men's league. I mean, a pretty decent UOG squad in comparison to the more recent years. The programs were non-existent, right? And so now, now you've got these teams, and you got players like Logan here as well, outside threat, and makes for a really good a game to watch with this young team here. So it's good to see them, the student athletes. That's one of the things we said the last game was that they're all UOG students.
Yeah.
Unlike the other teams, they can pull from
anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sure.
So
I got to ask you, now I go back to when I got here in 1994, a lot of these gyms weren't built that we have now. I mean, there was no Ukadu High School, so we played a lot, as Frank would tell you, on the Ganya Heights outdoor courts, the Tamooning outdoor courts, Santa Barbara outdoor courts. Have you played in any of the outside gyms? I mean, off campus?
Not
Tamooning gym, Ganya Heights, and Hanya.
Outside of UOG?
We were at FBLG.
Okay, that's one of the middle schools.
Yeah, we practiced there when they had the Mamma Mia musical here because they had the gym shut down.
Sure, yeah.
So we were there, and it's very different going to a gym that's got air conditioning to one that doesn't. So.
Yes. No, that's definitely. But it just in the last 25 years, now in our high school league here, I think all the gyms except for Simon Sanchez are air conditioned for the high school teams, whereas when I first got here, maybe one or two were air con. I mean, we'd play in the FD jungle and the old JFK gym.
Along with my home gym for GCC.
I'll go back to even Interahan High School, Southern High School, some of these schools that you may not have got to play in, but constantly gym basketball. The kids love basketball here. I mean, you go out to some of the outdoor courts and they'll be playing at the Santa Barbara court till 2 and 3 in the morning sometime. Or maybe not the kids, but the men come down there and play. Legends at JP Cruz and some of those guys go. But I didn't know if you got to experience some of that outdoor.
Not outdoor, nope.
Well, this is the finest facility on island. I mean, that's I would hope you would, you've enjoyed your time here and being able to play in a league and maybe. Who knows? Come back, get your degree.
Come back.
If you're in the sports business type thing, or if you're, I know you mentioned your degree was in business. That when you merge those two, your love of the game into a business, hey, who's to say that the opportunities are worldwide?
For sure.
Yep. Okay, Paige, thank you so much, and we hope to see some of the games for the UOG Lady Tritons coming up here, and hope to see you at some of the other games here.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Thank you
Enjoy.
guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All righty. Good job there, Paige.
Okay, that's certainly.
You've got the lineup there now.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the stats from the last. Oh, I don't know why he gave me this. Oh, here.
The last one.
The last KFC game they had. Okay, so, it's the same one. This is the first one, actually. Okay. We're good.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse for tonight's featured game, the UOG Tritons versus the KFC Bombers. And now for our starting lineups. For the visiting team, KFC Bombers, number 0, Reginald Baylor. Starting at a shooting guard, number 7, Carl Sanders. Number 21, the power forward, Vincent Hill-Lester. At the shooting guard, number 22, Francis Ortega. And at a small forward, number 25, Andre Bailey. KFC Bombers are coached by Gerard Barnes. And now for your home team, University of Guam Tritons. Starting at a shooting guard, number 8, Michael Kwan. At the other guard position, number 15, Logan Hopkins. At the small forward, number 17, Brandon Soriano. At power forward, number 18 out of Notre Dame High School, Peter Cruz. And starting at center night for the Tritons, number 19, Dean Blake.
All right. Got 30 seconds here. Should be a good game.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting this tipped off. The Bombers coming in here at 2-0, and UOG is at 1-1 now. We'll get this. Who are the referees tonight?
We've got Matt Grant, who's the head referee. He's been officiating for many years. Roy DeRigi and Dominic Gaddad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dominic's just coming back from the Pacific Games in Samoa.
Oh, okay. Well, ready to get it started here. You know, I'm really looking for, we're in our third week of the season for the Tritons Men's Basketball League, and by this point we're starting to see, I mean, certainly at the top, the national team, Team Gatorade is 2-0, Anderson's 2-0. You have a couple teams there in the earlier game tonight. Team Wu-Tang got their first win of the year over the FSAG All-Stars, and then both at 1-1, you got 4 stars and UOG. So, you know, tonight could be a game where UOG could really do some good things here. I mean, they're hopefully gelling it together as a team. A lot of these young guys, certainly a lot of them just graduated high school last May. So,
yeah, you know, being led by Michael Kwan and Logan, they hopefully we can get those two on the same page and lead the team here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with the way Logan shoots the 3 ball, I think last week he was, I believe he hit 7 threes. One of those games. I don't have his season stats, but he's certainly one of the better shooters in the league. Now Anderson, the first couple games that I watched him play, really go a lot of pressure man to man. So it's going to force. It's a contrast in style. 4 stars played a 2-3 zone last week when we saw him the whole game.
Oh, that's true. And Anderson's starting a little small too. They got a lot of guards out here for their team.
Yeah, they do.
So we'll see what happens.
You know, I know they got some size on the bench. I know Revis Henderson, their 6'7" center. He's had some very productive games. I've watched him with a 20-point, 10-rebound game. So, okay, looks like UOG's opening in a. Okay, who's number? Who got that first shot? Did they count it? Or I believe.
Not quite sure.
I believe Dominic may have called it on the floor.
On 15 or 1-5, yeah, 1-5.
1-5.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll have to watch that. That's Logan Hopkins already with an early foul, 12 seconds into the game. Let me see what are they doing. They're kind of zoning us out of bounds. Okay.
Oh, another
and
foul.
Another foul. That's number 21, their power forward, Vincent Hill-Ester for Anderson.
1-8. They called that
1-8. Okay, so Peter Cruz picked up his first. You know, we're 16 seconds into the game. It seems to me Anderson is going to make a concerted effort to really jam that ball down inside.
Michael Kwan had fouled out the last game, I believe. And,
he did foul out the last game.
So those two, they really need them both to stay in the game.
Realistically, Logan and Michael have to lead that team. I mean, that's what their jobs on the team are, being their scorers. When they beat Team Wu-Tang the first game, Logan had 31 and Michael had 28, I believe. So KFC Bombers on the board first. Vincent Hill-Ester gets the second free throw to go down. But yeah, we have to watch that. Okay, here's Michael trying to get in the lane. Nice floater. Didn't get it to drop, though. Okay, really pushing the pace. Reginald Baylor, the guard.
Oh, good block by Michael Kwan there.
Michael is just, tremendous athlete. He's going to get 2 blocks a game, 3 blocks sometimes. Okay, that's kind of unusual. You see a lot of teams that will go to a zone on those out-of-bounds plays. But I know that UOG's sticking to their man-to-man.
They're sticking to man-to-man. They can match up with
Going
them.
back to the post again. That's number
Good
25,
pass.
Andre Bailey.
Oh,
and
good pass underneath.
really, who was that? Number Reginald Baylor with the
Bill
two.
Lester, nice assist.
But yeah, out of the Andersons had 3 possessions. They've won in the paint every time.
Michael just kind of fell there. There was no foul on that.
Hope he's all right.
Oh, okay.
Now does I was wondering if that 8 seconds.
Michael's kind of limping here. Michael Kwan's got a little hitch in his giddy up there.
Something we're going to really have to watch. Yeah, number 25, Andre Bailey, nice move once again, taking it to the hoop. You know what I'm not, seeing on some of these possessions is much screening, whether you're going to screen on ball or screen away.
It seems like a lot of one-on-one at the beginning.
There again, Michael Kwan seems like he can get into the lane whenever he wants.
Yep.
But at the same time, you want to get the whole team involved. So.
Yep.
Okay, here's Logan.
Okay.
Let's see what.
So they're trying to do a high screen. Good
Look for a little
defense.
pick and roll with
another steal.
Okay, another steal.
By Bailey. Steal by Bailey. Oh, nice.
No, got it back. Number 7, Carl Sanders with the. Oh, did they turn it over?
Turn it over.
Okay. Well,
Good defense.
Caught a break there. They really need to
Brandon Sariano there just kind of tipped it out of his hands.
Really need to get a good possession here. At least
a good shot.
I mean, even if it doesn't go, you're going to get something positive out of it. Okay, now I see Cruz set that low screen. Okay, they're bringing Hopkins off the low screen now. Brandon Soriano, they got. Okay, Kwan's gonna get to the hoop.
Oh, just kind of missed it underneath.
Just didn't get it to drop.
Dean Blake with the rebound.
Yeah, okay, Brandon's got a clean look.
Oh, nice shot by Brandon Soriano.
Brandon Soriano, clean look, gets the 3 to drop. Well, that'll really help if they can get their others really pounding it inside now again.
Oh,
they called the hook. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, they're really making an effort every time.
Looks
down
like
the
21
court.
just kind of hooked him.
He did. I think he got called for it. Same with Vincent Hill Lester. But they got Brandon Soriano just graduated from Father Duenas in May. Peter Cruz from Notre Dame. So these guys are 18, 19 years old.
Oh,
I think
another offensive right back on
Peter
number 18.
on the moving screen, I believe.
What I saw, he stuck his elbow out and pushed as the screen was coming out. So you've got to keep that in.
I don't know if they called that on Cruz or Hopkins, but both Peter Cruz and Logan Hopkins each had 1 foul. So one of those 2 guys has
UOG,
2
let's
fouls
hope it's
right now.
Cruz, because that would have been Logan's second foul if it was.
Got some little.
Oh,
that wasn't.
That is his second foul now. If that first one wasn't, this is it.
I got to see, but that was a charge. He put the elbow out there. Anderson,
extended.
Or KFC established good position, and it's just something they're going to have to work with.
7 minutes, 3 minutes into the game, and he has 2 fouls. That's not good for UOG.
They're going to have to hang on. Maybe get some of their other younger guys. They're really pounding it inside. Was that Andre Bailey again? Okay.
Yep.
No. You can see that's just pressure defense. I mean, you got another foul. They're calling it tight here. That foul was on 0. Reginald Baylor. The screen was set. The screen wasn't moving. That's the correct call. You can't run through them. You either got to.
Well, they're extending their elbows, so they're putting their elbows out, and you can see them pushing off with it. So, and that's illegal.
They're Matt and Roy. They're consistent. They're going to make that call. Okay,
good
that's
steal.
Another steal. Yeah, it's just
by Ortega.
It's not getting good
easy points.
Yep. Carl Sanders, number 7, with another hoop. So they just got to get some good looks here. I don't know.
Definitely playing really aggressive defense.
Okay. There, Michael got into the lane. Michael Kwan with his first basket. But they're really going to have to get a big night from Mike Kwan.
Yes. It looks like hopefully Brandon Soriano also plays big.
Logan's got to be careful on the, when you've got 2 fouls this early, they're probably going to get him out.
I think they're taking
Harold
Logan
Garland
out.
and is that Victor
Blake
Jones
is coming out? And
they're going to leave him in. Play through it.
Okay.
We were here last week talking about Michael Kwan picked up his third foul very early in the third quarter, and Coach Holmes decided to kind of roll the dice, so went with it, and I believe he fouled out right at the beginning of the fourth or late third. So, it's one of those things that some players can play with fouls, and others, you just got to know your team.
That's correct. I mean, my coach always says you get 5 fouls to try to use them, but you've got to use them wisely. You can't
use them wisely, right?
Especially if you're the top 2 player, one of the top 2 players on the team.
This is where UOG. I noticed they played Victor Jones Jr., number 14, got a lot of playing time.
He tried to, Mike
I
tried to throw it off his back.
That's
good block by
Victor Jones.
Yeah.
But that throwing it off the back.
Yeah.
As many years I played, as many years I coached, not something that you ever really practice.
You
but
don't. He was far away. He was about 10 feet away. So
probably not the smartest move Michael's ever made.
I've seen them do it when they're kind of close, maybe 2 or 3 feet off, and you just kind of tap it off and jump in.
The thing is, whenever it works, it makes the highlight.
Yeah, it does.
Now,
but it doesn't.
I bet it doesn't work all the time.
You turn over at 2 points.
I think the coach might. If I was the coach, I might be saying, "Hey, we need to sit on the bench and talk this over."
Yeah, well, you've got, like we all know, Michael Kwan and Logan Hopkins are the two players, and sometimes they might be thinking they need to do more than.
Sometimes you're right.
So
probably a little too much. Michael maybe thought, okay, well, if I can get this in here after coming off, he just scored the last basket, and UOG's hanging in the game here. That's what.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. They just need to get
a
a stop here and really get Logan. I look for. They got to get him some good looks. I noticed they're running him off screens. Just a matter of getting him in the right situation. Anderson's still staying with their starting 5. They really haven't used much. Used any of their bench yet. Let's see if they're all right. Got a little low screen there. Let's see, okay, Mike.
Good by Michael.
Runs down the rebound. Michael Kwan, he's a guy that can get 10 rebounds a game. But once again, they turn it over. That's. It was a good look from 3, just didn't get it to go, and UOG will get it back. Number 22, Ortega, had a pretty nice look there.
Yeah, he was hitting them last game, so let's see if he takes his first one. Now he just needs to get that assist.
That's good for him. You don't want to leave him stand there. And, let's see if they get where they're going to look to get Logan the ball. Okay, they're really putting a lot of heat on him, trying to get him in.
Pass.
Good pass. Peter Cruz just didn't get it to go, but
that's
a better possession. Ortega, I believe, turned it over. What's the call on that? Is it carry or palming?
Carrying, palming. One of the same. But he got it up above his head as well, so he lost control.
No, that last one, I like, Peter Cruz set the screen for Logan, and Logan got in there, got Peter Cruz a decent look. Just didn't get it to drop. Okay, they're trying to run that screen and roll again here. Okay, Michael Kwan, good open look.
Okay.
Just didn't get it to go. There's that Harold Garland really crashing the boards, as he always does. Nice pass. Reginald Baylor with the assist to Carl Sanders on that. 11-5. Oh, my. Hope Logan's all right. He took a hit on that, but that's attacking the rim.
Yes. And good thing is that it wasn't his third foul. I mean, obviously he was fouled.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
He takes it to the hoop hard. If a guy's willing to stand in there, you could pick up a charging foul from him.
Exactly.
But, Logan, at the free throw, that's where you want him. He's an 80 to 85% free throw shooter. Like to get him on the line 10 times a game.
Well, sometimes the free throws get them all started. So let's
exactly right.
So we'll start with the free throws and see if you can get them on
players
fire.
That for you to, try see if you can get yourself a layup. You don't have to come out firing right away. Get a layup. Get to the free throw line, and then let the offense kind of come to you. See what they got. They're pounding it inside.
They're moving the ball well.
I don't know. UOG might have to take a look at his own at some point. As of yet, Anderson has not hit any threes. They've got all their points in the paint. There's Logan. Logan open look. That one's a little bit off.
Yes. A little rushed on that one.
Well,
the other thing is if they're going to be playing man to yes. Okay.
That's a charge.
That was a charge.
Okay.
He was positioned. So, he's playing as if he has 0 fouls, and he has 2. So
you hate to see him pick up a third foul
in the first quarter.
5 minutes into the first quarter. But but at the same time, as a coach, I'd love that hustle, man. Being willing to stand in there, and UOG is going to be in the bonus the rest of this half. So if they can get back to the free throw line, that's the 5th team foul already for Anderson.
Yep.
That's a little bit of full court pressure here, but Let's leave Peter Cruz trying to bring the ball up.
That would be smart. If they're not pressuring Peter.
Peter's not a point guard. Yeah. He can dribble a little bit, but that's probably the guy you'd want to bring up. See, on those overplays, I'd look for Brandon Soriano, one of those guys to try to get some back door. Anytime you get those teams overplaying, shooting those passing lanes, that back door is going to be open. Another nice drive.
They're switching. They're switching on all the
switching everything.
Yep.
I mean, because Anderson, every one of their guys appear to be between 5'11" and 6 foot, 6'1". They just switch all.
They had a good look at it.
That was Baylor down in there again, but didn't get the 3-point play. But he's on the line. Vincent Hill Lester, number 21, going back to the line. All right, we got Jared Bowles, number 4, coming in the game for Mike Kwan. Michael hasn't got a foul yet, which I would assume Coach Holmes would probably be pretty pleased about. Let's see here, Hill Lester got the roll on it.
Did you catch who that foul was on that last play?
I didn't see the foul was on.
Wow.
Hopefully at halftime when they give us the stats, we'll be able to.
Especially checking, making sure that was one of the important players here.
Well, when they took Hill Lester, hits both of them and opened it up now. With 8-point lead for KFC at this point. They're definitely UOG needs to stay in the game. Keep that deficit down to single digits. Hopkins, another nice pass, just didn't get it to go. Logan, clean look. Okay, got to get a clean look.
Yep, got a great
and
look.
They got the ball back. Never bit. That's a big possession. Hit a 3, get the ball right back.
That's what he needed.
You're looking at getting 5 points, maybe 6 points, essentially on one trip down the court.
It looks like they're switching on Logan and then just double teaming him whenever they
nice
can.
Double screen from Logan.
He's hot now.
6 point, 6 points down the court. So
don't blink. Here comes Logan.
No, it's a nice double screen. Peter Cruz and Jared Bowles set a double screen on that ball side. Which Logan, that's just a pure catch and shoot.
Yep.
Yeah, they just got us. They're pounding them inside. I think that foul was on Harold Garland may have picked up his first. And that sends Andre Bailey back to the line for another 3-point opportunity. Notice that Anderson's got 6 players on their bench. I would look for Coach Barnes to start
moving some people in there, huh? There you go. As you say that, here comes number 24 off the bench.
They'll try to get a rotation
Henderson,
established here. Just really, they're hedging on all those screens, really trying to. Logan kind of got hung up in the air on that. But that was good defense from KFC. Man, I thought that was a
he kind of turned and didn't really
I think he did. I think he turned on it. And,
he had it.
Matt probably would have one of those where you give him the call if he doesn't turn, but when he turned away, enough to get blocking. So, UOG's getting in a little bit of a foul trouble here. That's Reginald Baylor back to the free throw line. I believe they've shot 8 free throws already the first quarter. So,
and Henderson coming in.
Revis Henderson, okay.
Yeah. For
center, he's really had some good games over
Hill Lester's checking out.
Vincent Hill Lester going out. Okay, Revis Henderson in. Revis played, graduated 2018, or he played for Harvest Christian School 2018. Really just learning the game. I talked to his father last week. He was homeschooled. They got some of I believe they live in Malolo. And Revis didn't grow up really playing basketball. He just somewhat.
Well, he's at Harvest.
But he's,
this is the first time I've seen him, and so he's playing
played
for the Bombers.
Just his senior year. I'm not sure if he joined. Oh my!
Nice putback there by
putback,
by Bailey.
A 3-point opportunity and a putback. So that's Anderson gets a 4-point possession on that. Okay, Logan trying to go to the hoop.
They're double teaming him.
They're really concentrating on him. Somebody else is going to, either Jones or Broll's going to have to step up and hit some outside shots.
Well, once he picks up, his second defender, somebody else is open. So they've got
Harold. Nice move by Harold Garland. 3-point opportunity coming up here. But that's what they need. Take some of that pressure off of the Logan. Even number 13, Isaac Snively's in the game now. If you can just get a little contribution from They're certainly hanging in the game.
Players.
21-15, KFC up, but UOG hanging around. Harold hits, nope, missed a free throw. That's really been one when we watched the four-star game off Henderson's hands. UOG will get it back. UOG was down around 50% from the free throw line. That the free throw shooting really hurt them that game. So just there's so many things you gotta work on. It's a day-to-day grind, really. Getting in there, and free throw is such an individual thing. Logan looking for another three. Oh, rimmed out.
Yep. Had a good look.
Really had a good look. He got 2 in a row to go down there earlier. So. Step on the line. Okay. UOG will get it back. Both teams are kind of turning the ball over. UOG was turning it over quite a bit earlier. Now KFC's turning it over a little bit. Which can't when you're putting that kind of defensive pressure. Both teams playing some pressure man-to-man.
Oh.
They're going to have to get some movement on this weak side. What do they call?
I think they call it double dribble or over and back.
Must have been over. Must have been. He's out by the half-court line. It may have been over and back. The both teams turned it over. Kind of a wash. Let's see. Okay. Oh, nice.
Good pass. Just couldn't finish.
Just didn't finish.
Oh, no.
Nice. Bowles on the leak out.
Yes,
Logan.
That's what they need. They need some easy baskets like this.
Okay.
A pass by
keep some pressure.
Logan Hopkins. So
Logan get the assist. Bowles running out. Okay,
and that's where he needs to lead. Oh, nice defense.
Bowles got another steal. Anderson just over the last minute, they're looking just a little bit out of sync. 21-17, KFC up. Let's see what kind of action UOG will get on the setup. That's a typical box formation. Generally, you're going to get it looks like you're going to get a double screen.
Oh, nice steal by Bailey.
And ball coming this way. I think they're really concentrating on running Logan Hopkins off a few double screens here and seeing what they can get off them. But, at the same time, UOG's in the bonus. If they can get something going to the hoop, they'll probably be able to get back to the free throw line. I think they just got back to the free throw line.
Yep.
But
Baylor's foul there?
You really get, Reginald Baylor. Is that his first?
I think so.
Anderson has the depth. They're certainly not going to get in foul trouble. But at the same time, UOG have to initiate that. If you don't try that drive, is that Victor Jones Jr. Put his head down
and he's got to hit those free throws.
Still got to cash in on him.
Yep.
But that is I've always Coach Knight at Indiana used to say his teams wanted to make more free throws than the other team's shot. And that's one of the goals that they consistently worked on. And there's a technique to it, using pump fakes to get to a line. Knowing when you're in the bonus, how can you? Is that Ortega?
Ortega's got some good form, just not
really
falling
down there.
Oh,
and okay. KFC's pounding the boards. They got 6'5" Revis Henderson. Revis had 13 rebounds the first game they played against.
Got Dean Blake coming back in.
Dean Blake started. Now he's back in. Haven't seen Justin
21-17 with 1 minute and 7 seconds left. Let's see if they can score here. A good shot, at least a good shot.
That's just get it to get a good shot. The turnovers hurt.
Yep.
Okay, they got a Snively in there. I think they got Henderson on another foul. They will go back to the free throw line and keep shooting.
They've got to hit.
But the coach, it gets frustrating sometimes. I'm sure Coach Holmes is over there going like, man, this is what we want to do. We want to get the easiest shot available. I mean, in theory, a free throw's, just that, free. Nobody's going to play defense on you, going to block it. But when you don't cash them in, it somewhat lets KFC off the hook.
Here we go.
Let's see if Dean Blake can get one down. There he goes.
Good.
Okay, that looks good.
All right.
Cut it back. They're only down by 3 points now.
Yep.
Right where they want to be. Michael Kwan's getting the rest over on the bench. I'm sure we'll see him at the beginning of the second quarter. Yeah, Blake's got a pretty good release on that.
Yes. Hey, they actually did switch Michael in and Hopkins out. So that's good.
They got Logan out. Maybe give him the last minute out.
Nice pass.
Nice pass. Good high-low action. That's from Revis Henderson down to Ortega.
And just like, Ortega's the outside shooter.
Revis gets the block. See, that's a case there with UOG. There was no passes. You're coming off. You just give up a two-pointer. The ball IQ, the knowledge of the game. That's when, don't give it back to him. Now Anderson has a potential here to go on a 6-0 run.
And another pass.
One more. So.
Yeah, we went from a 2-point game now to a 6-point game.
That was with potential. I mean, UOG potentially could have got a 2-for-1 out of that. I'm not sure. Okay, Michael is off again. Potentially, they're going to end this half on a 6-0 run when. And got it again.
There it is, nice.
Things this. He ought to. He could probably get to the hoop. Did he get it?
Oh, nice basket at the end.
He got it down. Yeah, Michael Kwan hits a 3 at the end. All right.
27-22 at the end of the first quarter.
The two previous games, Anderson averages about 100 points a game, so they're probably that's about the pace they want to stay at. They really push it up, but kind of a sloppy ending to the quarter for UOG when you got potentially you pulled back within 3 points. Or I believe they got it down to 2 points.
They got it down to 2 points.
And then you'll let one mistake lead to 2 to lead to 3.
Yes. And I think it's in like 30 seconds. They went from. We were just saying, they got it down to 2 points. If they can just.
And those were all layups. Revis Henderson got 2 layups, and I think Ortega got the other layup. It's a learning experience. Only being down 5, I think UOG's Coach Holmes would take that really.
The key is going to be not so much Logan and Michael Kwan. It's the rest of the players.
How much? Yeah.
Yeah, they just need to fill in. You need all 5 players. Okay, I'll give you the stats here. Just came on in.
Telling-wise, as a coach, I always go to the rebound column first.
Yes.
Rebounds, possessions, man. If you can out-rebound the team, you don't even have to shoot as well. You get more opportunities. And the stat sheet shows it. UOG has 15 rebounds in a quarter.
Yes.
Or, I'm sorry, KFC, 15 rebounds in a quarter. UOG has 7 rebounds, so basically doubling up on the rebounding. The foul situation. Logan Hopkins does have 3. They got him down for 3 fouls.
They have him down for 3, so
wow,
they did give him
he got 3 fouls in the first, basically the first 4 minutes of the game. One of those was on a charge, but that's just something that we're going to have to. I assume they're going to try to keep him on the bench at least 5 minutes.
They're gonna need him to try to stay in the game. If he can play with 3 fouls, I would have to use him. Otherwise, normally what you would do is you would not let him play this whole second quarter.
If a player has demonstrated in the past that they can play with fouls, maybe I'd have a little more trust in him. But UOG had that issue last game where they tried to play Michael with fouls, and he fouled out in the third quarter, late third, early fourth. Essentially, if Logan was to pick up another one, it'd almost be the end of the game for him.
What a nice up and under.
Really hanging in there. Well, Michael Kwan's going to have a good quarter for him here. They're going to stay in this. Reginald Baylor trying to go, and they're back to the hoop again. I think Blake,
they're rebound.
What are we just talking? 15-7 the first quarter, and they start off with it shows you. UOG's 1 for 1, KFC's 1 for 2. That's even, and another rebound. So it's just something that UOG's going to have to work on. That's rebounding's a lot of hustle, a lot of desire, a lot of effort. Certainly.
Shot goes up now. Everybody's got to box them out. So let's see. That's 24.
10 guys on the floor and 1 ball. Man, we talk about that all. And Dean Blake
Blake.
Okay.
There it is.
Dean Blake, displaying some hustle on the boards. The guys like Dean Blake, Harold Garland, Peter Cruz, really got to help out on the boards. I was just noticing, UOG's leading rebounder, several guys had 1 the first quarter. You're really going to need to get some more. Michael Kwan probably going to need 10 rebounds this game to help out.
And for some of them, you can't just box them out. You've got to really clear them out because they've got some height and they can jump.
You do, KFC absolutely. At some point, as like we were saying, there's Bowles got a clean look. Just didn't get it. Dean Blake, okay.
He's trying.
I like the way Blake's fighting for the ball. Didn't work out, but at least he's giving that effort.
Yes.
age-wise here, I don't know, haven't seen all the birth certificates, but from the appearance, you got some grown men, playing against, some guys that are that 18, 19, 20 or so. So some of that's to be expected, I mean, UOG's, just working through these things. And
good block by Blake.
Bean Blake giving some good minutes inside. But
but he needs some help.
Two more rebounds. Yeah, you're going to need some help. Revis Henderson really using his height advantage on that. I believe that's the third putback Revis has had. And there's clean look.
All right, Blake.
Dean Blake got it to go down. So
that's what we're looking for.
Here, 31-27 game. Revis. Revis Henderson really displaying the range. I don't believe he had a single three-pointer when he was in high school. We played against these guys, but he has really improved, man. Michael Quanco. Well, they got it going now. It's 3 straight threes.
34-30.
Michael Kwan's the type of guy that can go out and get you 30, 35 points a game.
Easy.
Just a smooth offensive player, man. They got the full package, get to the hoop.
Yeah, he doesn't lay off on defense either. So they play man-to-man all the way. So
you can bet Isaac Snively has given up about 5-6 inches to Revis Henderson. Let's see if they try to go back to him. Looks like they're going to try to go back to him on the block.
Nice pass. Okay.
Revis made the correct pass. Had a good cut. They just, the ball sometimes goes off the hands. But that's number 11, Rodney Merritt, made a nice basket cut off that. Let's see. One of the things I always look for, how many passes is UOG going to get in? Are they going to, just go strictly one-on-one? Okay. Well, that time they're really clearing out. I would look for Anderson to start running some double teams at Michael Kwan.
He got the call on the foul, and Michael's also an 80-85%.
He's in that range. Yeah. Pretty nice stroke.
There it is.
But you think? I don't know. I'll check the free throw stats from the first quarter. UOG was, KFC was 5 for 7. UOG was 4 for 7 the first quarter, 57%. I don't know that I'd say that's terrible. But you start, as a college team, start falling below 60%. It really does affect the outcome of the game. You would like to think your team can shoot 75% or higher. I mean, if you just put your time in, there's a little bit of technique involved, but a lot of it's the mental and the muscle memory and repetition. So, I'd like to think that UOG is going to improve on that. But it's one of those things that sometimes the player, the more they think about it, the more pressure they put on themselves, and being these games live, I look over there, and the camera's right behind the basket, and the players probably seeing that, going
and that's a big point, because UOG plays all the TV games, so it could be a lot more pressure on them.
It's possible,
on TV.
They believe me, they know that. They know.
Yeah,
I mean, you and I both know when we played, when the camera's there, guys, start, hey, camera's here tonight. The news is here. And sometimes people may do a nice drive, didn't get it to fall. There's that Rodney Merritt for KFC really taking it to the hoop strong.
Yeah, so how would they play off camera when maybe they're a little more loose? So maybe there is some of that too.
Some of that may go into it. Here we are again. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the second quarter, and UOG picked up another 3 fouls.
And only down by 2, 34-32.
And only down by 2. And Michael's really got a clean
and
look.
They've taken the lead.
They just took the lead. Michael Kwan.
35-34.
I believe Michael Kwan has the last 8 points, 2 threes and 2 free throws just in the last
minute. And it's been the
minute.
other players. Notice it's not one player, it's everybody out. I mean, Michael Kwan scored the last point, but defensively, UOG's been getting the stops.
KFC got one back. Vincent Hill-Esther back in the game.
That was a good look.
That was a good look.
Yep.
See,
you got to shoot
Coach
those.
Holmes doesn't have any problem with shots like that.
Yep.
They all are not going to go. It's Bailey back to Reginald Baylor, strong to the hoop again. I'd really look for.
He's really handsy, number 11 was.
Let's see if he's back to the hoop again.
No.
Oh, didn't get it to fall, but he has really taken it to the hoop strong. And if you note, I mean, they're at this point, UOG's back in the bonus now for the rest of the quarter. So this is something that they can really make some get contributions from the free throw line if they make them. I guess.
Yes. Well, we got Michael on the line, so he's a higher percent. We get Brandon Soriano checking in and Peter Cruz coming in.
Yeah, okay. Got a couple of their fresh UOG freshmen coming back in. Let's see. Yeah, Michael's in a good groove right now. That's the last 9 points for them with his 2 threes, 3 free throws. Probably be number 10 right here with the way the groove he's in.
Yeah. Oh, net.
You know what he does when Anderson. You know that the one player is essentially scoring all the points.
They'll start to double him.
Double him. Maybe even triple him.
Yep.
Say, hey, somebody else. Okay. Oh, who picked up the felly? That was a nice pump fake, though. Was that Hill Lester again? Or
that was a foul on Soriano.
Yeah, so Brandon Soriano picks up another foul. Number 20, Timothy Adside from KFC picked up the foul. That's a nice pump fake. I mean, that's the footwork part, the part that, there's an art to getting to the free throw line, and it's something that you have to practice day after day. It doesn't happen by accident. Let's see what kind of form. Okay. Nice little ad side, getting some contribution.
Yeah, they still have a couple players.
I was just noticing that Reginald Baylor, zero for KFC, had picked up 3 fouls also in the first quarter.
I wonder why
they got KFC has the depth. It's probably not as if Logan. There's Michael again, a little short,
and he's got his own rebound.
And they're really battling on the boards. Okay.
Yep. Peter's got a.
Okay. Well, they got some numbers here. I don't know if Michael's not getting back.
Oh, there you go, Ben. Give it up. There it is.
Let's see if Michael can get up.
Oh, was he trying to?
I don't know. Did he seem like he was limping, or to me it looks like he's
got
limping a little bit.
Hitch in his giddy up there.
That's the way it appears. I don't know if he pulled something. But that's unusual. Michael Kwong can get up. I mean, I've seen him throw down.
I think he was trying to do that. He just
maybe just
got off balance on that, but it seems to be okay.
Bit of a limp as he's coming back.
They're definitely playing.
That's some good ball movement. They didn't get the shot to go down, but the ball movement was great. Okay, Ball's got a great look from the corner. Just didn't get it to go down.
But good
great
shots.
Look, yeah.
Yep, they've got to keep shooting.
I would look for Logan. Still has the 3. Oh, I see him getting ready to come back in. I mean, that's generally the theory on it. Keep him as
nice fake.
Good footwork by number 21, Vincent Hill Lester. 44-37. UOG had got it cut down. UOG actually
had the lead.
Okay, well,
they had a 1-point lead at one point.
I think Mike. One more. They'll go back to the free throw line. And then they got Logan back in along with Victor Jones Jr., number 14, back in the game.
Okay. Let's see that time on the bench for Logan as.
You don't like the fouls, but the positive part is he should be pretty fresh right now. I mean, only played less than 1 quarter.
Oh,
and
that was another
going
foul.
back to the free throw line, and that's the guy you want on the line. Is that another foul? Is that on number 25? Picks up for KFC, Andre Bailey. Let's see. Yeah, Logan's money. Well, I think if Logan Hopkins and Michael Quanton could be the only 2 that shoot free throws for UOG,
we're definitely attacking the basket. So,
that's the book. They know that KFC is a very physical team. I mean, you can tell just the size difference. And,
yes, Snively's going to have to pick it up a bit here and try to.
You just got to get some contribution from. So whether I look over at the UOG bench, some of the guys, they're going to have to contest.
A good block by Snively, but then now.
I believe they called it on the ground. Was Dominic pointing on the ground?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
So
they're still not in the bonus, so probably not a bad foul to give, as opposed to giving up 2 free throws or a layup. They got Reginald Baylor taking the ball out, running a stack play here. Usually, almost every team puts that in there somewhere, runs a stack. They have most likely guy number 1 or 2 is going to cut across the lane. One cuts in, one cuts out, and then run one back to the 3-point line. But we'll see what Anderson does. Okay, they got guy in the corner. Okay, hit the post. Okay. The most they missed the. They called another foul on the ground. That's number 4. That's number
8. That was foul on number 8. That was on Quan.
Okay. Well, did Mike? Let me go to the stats sheet here. Okay. Well, Michael did not have any fouls the first quarter. So, and
right
that inbounds play. Inbounds play worked to
him.
perfection. Exactly. Just run that little cross screen. I mean,
see, look, they're looking at trying to double team here. Quan now. Let's see what happens. They need a pick for him.
Yeah,
see, they got double, triple. There's 5 players there.
That's a foul.
Yep, they did get the foul.
There's no doubt about it. He's drawn. Now, I think Hill Lester, if he would have kept his arm straight up, then you're looking at I know the what do you call it, the verticality.
Yes. But they threw all 5 players from KFC.
That time they did. I think all 5 run at Michael Quan, and then he's back on the free throw line. I believe he's 6 for 6 so far this quarter from the line. Make it 7.
Yep.
7
got
for
a nice
7,
release. Got a nice arc.
No, it's just you can just tell when he steps up there. It's a natural rhythm, something that he's developed, that routine he feels comfortable with, and I would look for him. He's 85, maybe 90% free throw shooter, but hanging around still. Yeah. See, well, they're really trying to pound him inside here. Okay. Now, Peter Cruz, nice job on defense. I got it.
This is where they need the rebound. Okay,
right.
Yep.
Okay, that one, Michael pulled down the rebound. Oops. Let's look to see if they can get
Jones
Logan.
Was open.
Logan,
look, they're double teaming.
Logan's
Michael.
Got some touches. That's
there it is. There it is.
That's a nice job. They're so worried about Michael's penetration. Logan's going to be open, or Jared Bowles.
And they're double teaming Quan, so somebody's got to be open. And that time it was Logan.
That's a pretty good ball movement. Yeah, they're really pounding inside. So you're going to have to double at some point down there. Number 25, Andre Bailey. With the, but 48-44. We're talking 4-point game. Shooters like Hopkins and Quan, they can knock that down immediately. See if they, Logan way out there this time. Maybe a little bit too far out.
He back-ribbed it. Almost stole that.
Got some
back
numbers
door
now.
Number 7.
Numbers and another.
And there's that rebound that we talked about.
Yeah, they just trashed the boards. Timothy Adside.
It's a second chance points and rebounds. They get. They've got to.
Well, as we saw on the stat sheet, if the first quarter rebound advantage was 15-7, it appears like the second might be more of the same. That was if he can cash in from the free throw. Timothy Adside for KFC Bombers. Yeah, not a bad release. Pretty good stroke. Well, go back to that final, was it the final 30 or 40 seconds of the first quarter when KFC run off a 6-0 run, just, where UOG kind of had a few turnovers and, look at the score of the game now, 50-44. Those little things and going little 2-man game actually between Logan and Michael. Oh, there's an open look.
He's looking straight.
Good, looking good.
I was right in line with that.
We had the perfect angle on that.
They didn't get back.
They didn't get back. Was that Harold Garland on the foul? Yeah, he got him with the body on that. I mean, that's a pretty decent call. However, KFC is in the 1-1 now. Shows me I'm a high school coach. 1-1 in high school. Here, international FIBA rules everything's too. But
they're right in the game though at 3 points.
Timothy Adside back. Figure he just hit his last 2, so it's right back to a line. Probably going to hit the next 2. Shooters, that's just the way free throws shooting works. When you get in a nice groove. Let's see. So it's back to a 4-point game. And the payoff here. Good again. Okay. So here's where UOG's just got to get a good possession, really.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have to be in such a
Here they
big
get
hurry.
double team
I mean,
Quan. There's two
Michaels,
others.
Yes, he's
Yep.
just,
So somebody
did you
has to be
notice
open on
one?
that.
Yeah. Exactly. That
Turnover by
my.
KFC.
KFC with the careless turnover.
Yeah, silly turnover.
But you know, it's one of those things that he's such a great player, but how much is too much?
Yes.
You know, where when you start trying to go 1-on-5, well, maybe Logan's open. Maybe they can get a layup from
they
Harold
can't throw it
Garland.
in the back. Okay,
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I think Victor Jones Jr. went back court. Lucky
he didn't throw it back there.
Okay, there's one pass. There's two passes. They're getting a little bit better movement now. Michael's open over here. Logan, nice pull up. Just didn't get the. Oh, is that going back to the free throw line? Andre Bailey. They are really attacking hard on this.
So 2 minutes.
Who's the foul? Was that the foul on Harold?
I got number
16.
6.
I think he
16?
put up 16.
Okay.
Harold Garland.
Okay.
Let me see what Harold. UOG is starting to get in some foul trouble right now. Harold, that is his third. Logan Hopkins with 3.
They're calling a intentional foul.
Did they call intentional on that? Huh, I didn't see the intentional, but now intentional is in FIBA. Is that 2 free throws and the ball?
I believe it's
just one. But if it's intentional on the okay,
just the one, yeah.
So
and they'll have it at the point of interruption. No, I guess there is. So now they're putting the free throws.
I didn't catch if it was a technical or an intentional, and I know that there's not a slight difference in the two.
So it wasn't an unsporting. So they've got
okay. So
one
this could really be a big possession. Okay, they got the one technical. Now they get 2 free throws for the common foul, I guess.
Yeah, UOG can't do that, so they need every point.
And if I'm wondering if Harold Garland picked up the foul, then said something. Does that count as 2 personal on him, or does it just still?
Yes, it would.
In FIBA,
yeah,
so
FIBA, a technical
see, that's
foul
one where in the NBA a technical does not count as a personal.
Correct.
FIBA, so
it does.
Did Harold? I believe Harold has just picked up his 4th then. The technical, which we saw last week, Michael Quan picked up a technical, and then which counted as a personal as well.
Oh.
That one there, good strip.
He got it back. Got it back.
Oh, that's looked like he's going back to the free throw line. Andre Bailey with another foul.
That was a silly foul. He turned it over and then.
He did. But of course, I would bet Michael Quan was probably going to make that layup.
Yes.
So there's good fouls and bad fouls.
Let him earn it from the free throw line. I mean, he hasn't missed one.
Make him earn it. If Anderson does or KFC does have the depth to. Let's see if he's back.
Almost.
Yeah, got the shooter's roll. He's in a nice. I believe he's 9 for 9 from the free throw line. Just this quarter alone.
And we're going to have to up his percentage here because he's 100%.
It's really a
5-point lead for KFC.
Lead. This last minute 30, they're going to most likely and
one.
Back to the line. Back to the line. Number 20, Timothy Adside. He is Adside. I know he's been to the free throw line 3 times just in the last couple minutes. So, he's just attacking that matchup is all they're doing.
That on Snively?
Yeah, I believe it was. So,
yeah, he just got beat on the baseline there. He needed.
That's the case where I'd tell a player. I mean, hey, if you're going to foul, don't give him the 3-point play.
Yes, exactly. If
you're
going to foul,
just
my coach
come
used
across
to say,
the arms.
Hey, there's another turnover.
Yeah, Does this?
And they scored again. I was just about to say, my old former coach Bob Richards from GCC would say, if you're going to foul, make sure he doesn't make the basket.
Exactly. Nothing dirty, but at least go across the arms. Hold
the ball good. There's ways to do it, so they won't score.
So Adside gets a 3-point play, gets a steal, comes back.
And another
potentially scoring 6 points in about 5 seconds.
It's a 10-point now, 11
points.
11-point lead.
But, it's just one of those little, it's almost like sometimes UOG compounds the mistake. Let's see where
Dang.
They're really putting a lot of pressure on Logan. Logan Hopkins getting a lot of pressure up here from that number 7 Carl Sanders all over him.
Yeah, they're trying to do off-the-ball screens back here. I can see them. Jones is over there, and let's see what happens now.
Okay, Michael just.
There's 3 guys around him.
Okay, Logan's got to be open. Okay, Jones. Oh my, that didn't get much rotation on that ball.
Nope.
I believe Snively just got called for a foul on the board.
That was a knuckleball from the 3-point line.
Yeah. You can just see the rotation of the ball. Imagine Logan Hopkins shooting, Michael Kwan shooting, and then Jones. You know, I mean, and the thing is, some guys can shoot that way and shoot effective that way, but you know, when you don't get much spin on the ball, it's like what you said, a knuckleball. Ad side is back at the line. This guy is just. You know, there's nights like that. You know, almost live at the free throw line.
Man. And he's made them all.
And he's made them all. Well, he had 6 points in 5 seconds back. Now he's back at the free throw line. You know, does this seem a little similar to that first quarter when right there at the end that KFC went on a 6-0 run, you know, and kind of stretched it out. Now they're
on an
this
8-point run
was
there.
A 3 to 4 point game most of this quarter, and now it's up to 13. So it's a big possession. I mean, UOG, I mean, at halftime, I always felt that if you go in you're in single digits, hey, you're fine. You know, I mean, we'll make our run, you'll make your run. But there's a big difference between it. Single digits, 9 points. If somehow KFC gets another 3 out of this, they could go in with the
nice three
so they got it down to 10. Maybe get a stop here and.
Good defense here. Snively's got to play tough.
If I was
on
Anderson here, I'd be looking to go a little 2-for-1 action. Which that's
right
pretty much that's what they're going to do. So the shot clock at 24. KFC will get the ball back on this. And should get last shot. So little things all go into it.
Look at he's way out there, and he nailed it.
Oh my goodness! I would bet Michael Kwan's had a 20-point quarter. Well, for sure he's.
Man! I could have been an offensive foul.
Thought he may have got away with one there. And
they need those rebounds.
They're gonna get.
They gotta get those rebounds.
I think they counted
at the buzzer. They're counting
that
it.
That was 4 shots. KFC got 4 shots down. UOG's has got to go after the ball harder. I mean, that's just design.
Vincent Hill,
man,
Lester going to the line for the last point.
Hill Lester, another 3-point play. You know, but that's just a case there where KFC was just going out their ball a little bit harder. I think possibly
they gotta want it. Yes.
You know, possibly the UOG guy may be getting a little tired.
Oh, and he misses.
Missed it.
All right.
So
at the half, we've got KFC 66 and UOG 55. We'll be back after this 1-minute break.
They say there are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who find themselves and those who create themselves. Are you looking for purpose or deciding it for yourself? Will you plunge waiting for someone to catch you? Or will you jump and build your wings on the way down? Seek a path or carve a path. Wait for the future or build it. What is a school but a set of walls waiting for greatness? And who are you but someone destined to achieve it? Here, between the street and the jungle, against time and tide, we push and pull just like the currents. Our ocean of dreams will meet the odds ahead and rise above it all.
Okay, here at the halftime of the University of Guam Triton KFC Bomber game. Bombers currently in control at 66-55. We do have our halftime guest tonight, the UOG Athletic Director, Mr. Doug Palmer.
Hello, guys.
How you doing, Doug?
You know, great to see you again. The league, we're in our 3rd week now, so it seems like quite a few things are being ironed out.
First game was a very good game, much closer than a lot of the other games we've had. And this game, up to that last 2 minutes, was nip and tuck. But the Bombers got a little bit of a push, and get out the 10 points, and our guys didn't handle the pressure a little bit there.
But first 2 or 3 minutes of the second half, a lot of times that'll tell the story. UOG, if they come out, just get a little push there.
We haven't had a Hopkins run yet.
You always had every time
a Quan run.
We've had Quan.
Michael Quan has
Michael's been bombing. Logan's made a couple of 3-pointers, but he really hasn't got anything going.
He picked up 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes of the game, so he had to sit on the bench, and he didn't quite get in the rhythm.
The referees are keeping it a little tight to keep the emotions down, I think.
They are. I think they absolutely. I mean, we've seen a lot of fouls, but like what you just said, the Hopkins run, it seems like every game at some point in there, Logan's going to hit about 3 threes in 20 seconds or 30. He gets on that little roll, and bam, the UOG's right back in the game. So we'll see. What's some of the other things been going on with the university? I was here last Tuesday night, and I saw Mr. Palmer here at the girls volleyball game. The championship game was previous, so I know you got a lot of events. And
we had a great crowd come out. Everything. I mean, it was the Notre Dame third straight in a row, a three-peater.
Correct. And my St. John's Knights, they're third runner-up, but
hey,
Coach Shepard and the girls, they'll stay after it. Someday they'll get it.
They went to the dance.
Game.
They get there, and
you can hardly complain about that.
Yeah, nothing. Notre Dame, great team. They're just.
Well, you've got to mention how did they get there? Who do they beat to get to the championship game? So that was
an upset.
JFK was actually undefeated through the whole season, and then
exactly.
St. John's got past them to face Notre Dame.
And it's actually kind of hard to come back the next game mentally.
Oh, sure.
2 days later to be back on top like that. So.
No, absolutely. Actually, Academy ended up, I believe, getting third, and JFK was undefeated the whole year until the last 2 games.
But of course, they had to recover from being so mentally down and not getting to the finals.
Exactly right. So what's some of the other, programs you got coming up here?
Biggest news is that we're basically officially going to add baseball for the spring.
Really? Okay, so it's official now.
Oh, it is official. There'll be a press release sometime next few days.
You're saying a baseball league?
No,
we're going to join.
It will be the UOG Triton joining the Guam Major League.
Oh, Guam Major League.
We've already talked to the Guam Major League. They say there's space for us.
Great.
They'll start play in February. Right now, I'm going to start looking for a coach. Probably going to take the next 2 weeks to hopefully get some applications in. Sure. And then about a week after that, hopefully do some interviews and then name a coach. Right now, we're planning first weekend of December, having tryouts. Start practice the middle of January. And at the Guam Major Leagues, supposedly is going to start in February.
Really?
So this will be moving very quickly.
Now, on the will this be? I know I've talked to you before about the basketball program where each athlete must be enrolled full time at the University of Guam. Baseball, same thing.
Yep.
Okay.
But if there's people out there who's not going to school right now, but they come try out, make the team, they'll still have 6 weeks to get into school.
Okay.
So that should not be a problem.
And how many credits do they need?
They need to be in 12 credits.
12 credits. All right.
Since it's a brand new sport, basically you can't really be ineligible unless your GPA is low or whatever.
Yeah. Sure.
But I'm quite sure there's 50 baseball players walking this campus.
Oh yes, there are. Yes.
And hopefully we can find 2 or 3 good pitchers.
They're walking your hallways as well.
We'll find hopefully some position players, and we'll see. Hopefully we'll return UOG Tritons with a championship caliber team back in the past.
Yes.
I grew up during the time when UOG was the championship caliber team and enjoyed watching their games. So
we've already put 3 baseball players in the Hall of Fame. So
who were they?
Oh, now you're going to hit me there.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you
Dave
on.
Zimmer, Dave Nelson.
Dave Nelson.
Yes. Dave Nelson and somebody else.
Okay.
The legislature, Joe Morrison.
Oh, okay.
Tommy
Morrison.
Tommy, UOG.
Those are the 3 that are in there right now. So hopefully we'll start creating some new Hall of Famers with a new group.
No, this is, just the transformation almost, maybe the last 3 years or a lot of the things that you've got going on now. I know that volleyball come into there as well as the women's basketball team who we just interviewed one of your the women's basketball player, Paige Persia, was here on our pregame tonight. And
well, she was a nice surprise that we didn't know about, and she just shows up on our doorstep and
that's what she was saying. From Wisconsin, of all places.
Becoming the leading scorer.
Leading scorer, yeah.
Just like the 2 Japanese exchange students showed up for a soccer team and became the leading scorer last year in the amateur league.
Huh.
So hopefully we'll find some folks like that as well.
No, that's tremendous, man. When you don't necessarily recruit them, just like, hey, I'm here on campus. But Paige was part of an exchange program, she was telling us.
But we just got passed by the Board of Regents a new athletic, a recreation, sport, and field house fee that gave us the money that allowed us to say, okay, now we can start baseball.
Okay.
And we've been working with Bill Bennett from the baseball, from the Guam Amateur Baseball Association.
Okay.
He's been talking to me since the first day I got on this island, I think, about adding baseball.
Resurrecting the baseball program? Okay.
And then he's...
Well, so it's finally come to fruition.
Yep, it's finally coming. He's been helping get some people in the community that hopefully are going to support the baseball program as well. So,
what are you looking for as far as support?
Well, scholarship money.
Okay.
Our first 4 sports have got some scholarship money, but we don't really want to divide that any thinner than it is.
Gotcha.
So baseball really won't have scholarship money to start with, but hopefully we will come up with some folks who may want to give some name scholarships. And baseball will be the first sport that we actually kind of maybe do a drive to raise some scholarship money. May not be for this first season, but hopefully by 2020-21, when we're going to play in the fall, probably in the amateur league, and then probably come back to Guam major leagues in the the spring. Hopefully then we will have, some scholarship money to give.
Any other programs? I'm definitely not that they've been approved, but are you guys looking down the line?
Well, since we're adding a male sport, we got to come back and add at least one female
to keep
sport.
with the Title 10.
We're going to look at softball, but
softball fast pitch.
Yeah, but there's not any fast pitch leagues except one that plays in the summer. But we're looking at beach volleyball. We're looking at cross country, some sports that may take fewer individuals to play, because we've just struggled. We have struggled of having numbers.
The numbers, right?
So we're going to try to find a couple of sports that take some smaller numbers.
You mentioned beach volleyball, but this quarter, the men's beach, or I guess it'd be boys beach volleyball.
May I suggest golf?
Yeah, well, we're looking into that. My future balls came in today and said they want you to start a table tennis team here. So, who knows? Maybe we will. So,
Doug, you've really brought a lot with you to the table.
I don't take anything off the table. So I mean,
that's great.
We want to try to do different things and get more students involved.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
And I appreciate you guys giving me time to come talk.
Hey, fantastic.
Yeah. Go Tritons in the second half.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Okay, let's see you after the game.
Take care, Doug.
Okay. Thanks to the UOG athletic director, Mr. Doug Palmer. Man, some of the things they're doing.
Yeah.
The vision they have. I know we also talked to the UOG president, Dr. Thomas Kreis, last week, and as well as Lawrence Camacho that we talked to, and the team they put together here. Really, I mean, it's not nothing happens. It's never one person. It's a team. With Mr. Palmer working with Dr. Kreis, with Mr. Camacho.
It's great to see be so close to what's happening here. There's a lot of great things going on with the university. So it's a good time to be a university student, a part of this group. So.
Yeah, not to get a fantastic education.
Oh, yes.
All right, well, KFC come out here with the ball, going right back to work where they started, pounding the ball in the paint. They didn't get those two to drop, but, they're going to get 3 shots at this. That's looking at the first half stats, and who's that? It was a Hill Lester put that in. Vincent Hill Lester really pounding the boards. I don't know that it's just a glaring stat. For the first half, KFC had 30 rebounds and UOG 12.
Well, you called it. You had mentioned it was 15-7.
It was pretty much about the same thing.
Yeah.
One of the things that I noticed is keeping UOG somewhat in the game. They're 14 for 17 from the free throw line.
Yes.
Which is really
thanks to Quan and Hopkins.
Mainly, they're both 100%. But I think the referees, what
he's open.
Mr. Palmer had alluded to, that they're calling it pretty close.
Nice shot by Blake there.
Was that Dean Blake?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you had mentioned first half if they can get a little contribution from guys like Blake and Peter Cruz and Brandon Soriano, that that's only going to enhance Hopkins and Quan as the two main. They're going back into Hill Esther again. Let's see. Okay. The 7.
And grab that rebound. There it is.
Okay, there we go.
One shot. That's all they need. Just give him one shot.
Keep him. We always talk.
And there's Hopkins straight. Oh, that looked
it's like
a little short.
What was Doug Palmer saying? Looking for the Hopkins run. I'm looking for Logan to fire, hit about 3 of those in a row. But if UOG can just do it, keep it on most of the possession to one and done. It's not
there. It is. Good turnover.
Okay, they got it back again.
Peter Cruz got his hand in there.
Yeah, it's not that KFC was shooting the lights out. They're just getting so many more opportunities than UOG.
Yeah, they just got UOG just got to box them out and play very, very physical and box them out. So as soon as that ball goes up, they've got to put their man on their back and just push them out.
Exactly what it is. I mean, that's the heart and desire part. They're both teams fighting for it, and obviously there's drills you can do in practice. Let's see. Oh, Brandon. Okay, Soriano looking for his own shot. See, that's from as a coaching standpoint, you never like to see when you get those possessions that
there's another.
They're crashing the boards again. You got to look for someone to box out. But I always hated those possessions when there was no passes. You didn't let not even your teammate touch the ball. Generally the more you pass the ball, the harder you're going to be.
They double teamed him.
They double teamed. Dean Blake was open, and Quan did really take a hit there. That was Reginald Baylor on the layup, and this thing's up to 15 points now. I always think of that first 2 to 3 minutes. The first 2 minutes went from 11 point up to 15.
Oh,
what are they going to call here? Was it a charge or a block?
Yeah, they're calling a block. A
charge.
charge.
Okay, Matt called the charge.
So
he must
that
have
is number 4.
That's number 4. Man, you hate to see Logan's got 4. And we're
last
2
game
minutes
it was
into,
Michael Quan at 4 about this point. And now it's Logan Hopkins at 4.
It's one of those. Logan takes the ball to the hoop extremely strong. Now, the middle part in there, KFC has somewhat figured it out. They're going to stand there and they're going to take the hit. I believe that's Logan's second charge of the game. That comes back to footwork. Can you jump stop and shoot the pull-up jumper?
Jump stop or do the Euro side step.
Or a side Euro. I mean, but it's one of those things that if you don't practice it, you're not going to be able to just all of a sudden turn it on. There's a nice kick out. Notice the ball movement that KFC's getting as opposed to UOG. A lot of possessions are.
UOG's gone to zone.
Okay, I was wondering when they're going to go.
And
zone
is
Hill Esther again on the board. He's really cleaning up in there. In theory, man-to-man is a better rebounding.
Okay,
defense.
There's a double team again on Michael.
He's got to find the open guy. There's the open guy. I missed him.
Blake was open underneath.
They missed the open guy.
And they're not back. So an easy point by Hill Esther and a dunk.
Okay. Hill Esther can get up.
Yes.
But this is a 19-point game. They missed a wide open Blake. I mean, probably should have been a 15-point game.
That extra pass. And nobody another turnover.
No, they're just not passing the ball. I mean, UOG, I'm not sure.
They're pass, and a score.
Pass. Probably going to rebound this. Still rebounding the ball. At this point, KFC's beating them to every ball. And another rebound.
Yes.
They got 5 shots that time. I don't know if they've somewhat broken UOG's spirit, but UOG is not, hustling to get the ball right now. And then as another
take it down. And
was there one pass that time? I don't know.
No, there wasn't a pass. He got over the half court line, but there was one pass
here,
and they make it.
One pass.
But
that's that's the way basketball works.
23 points now.
23-point game. They come out. Let's say even with 4 minutes left in the second quarter, it was still about a 5-point game. So it's really just been the last 6 minutes maybe where KFC has just opened it up. And
a lot of it has to be with UOG as well. I mean, the offense, just going one-on-one,
when you
one
do
against
that,
2.
You hurt yourself
that
way.
You've got to pass, give it up, pass the ball around, and it'll come back to you.
It'll come back. That's that's the other part. Logan and Michael. I mean, I'm looking at the stats here. Michael Kwan had 30. He had 30 points in the first half alone. First half. Now, they're down by 23. Okay, so it just shows to me one person can't do it alone. As much as
Michael Jordan needed Scottie Pippen and the rest of the cast.
They did
because
it's still a team game, and while Michael might score 50 tonight, but if he scores 50, they're probably going to lose by 30.
Yes,
that's just the way it is because you're not getting your teammates involved. Some of the ones like you mentioned about getting some contribution. Dean Blake actually had 5 points the first half. If they could get 10 points, 12 points out of a guy like Dean Blake, out of a guy like Peter Cruz.
And some rebounds from Cruz. And
that's the right pass there. Okay. Now they got a tip there, but that time Michael drew the double team, hit Brandon Soriano. It didn't quite work out, but
they didn't get the turnover, and they
and
still
it will
ball.
open up. I think at this point, it appears that KFC is probably going to move to 3-0. No pass, shot. And it's probably going to be. I thought Hill Lester was going to get another dunk, but he can get up. Yeah, but Hill Lester's really having a nice game tonight. Let me see what he in the first half. Hill Lester had 9 points. I just go down the score sheet. KFC had a guy with 20, a guy with 7, a guy with 9, a guy with 17, a couple players with 5. The balance in there.
Let's take a look at this here.
It's positive, trying to work some things out here and get Logan back. But, obviously KFC and Team Gatorade, they're probably the top 2 teams in the league. UOG needs to play against teams like this if they're going to get better. It's the competition. The fact is they played a pretty decent. Okay, this is just where they're going to. Okay, Jared Bowles with the steal coming up, pretty nice. But out there on a 3-on-2 drill, a little
Euro step right there.
On that 3-on-2, Jared Bowles. We go over and over. You want to jump stop around that free throw line, draw that defense, and kick. If you don't do it that way, nice drive by Hopkins.
Yeah, he is quick.
If you don't do it that way, you don't do yourself any favors. So there's obviously some things that.
As a coach here, my goal here would be give them one shot, and hopefully it's not one they make.
Hopefully not a layup. You'd prefer to. I would like to see UOG really pack in a 2-3 zone. KFC really hasn't had to shoot too many threes tonight. They're really getting just layup after layup. Andre Bailey with another layup.
Good screen.
Yeah, had to have Peter Cruz really solid screen. Nothing dirty about that.
Nope.
But I've had that happen. It knocks the wind out. But that's when I'd be getting up telling my teammate, "Hey, you better call that screen out." But no, it's just a solid screen. Peter Cruz is a solid young man.
KFC was just playing a little aggressive on that screen and ran into it the wrong way. So
you like to see that. That's the way. They're down 25, but guys still playing hard like that, trying to get something out of this. Got Harold Garland in the game now out of Simon Sanchez High School. A nice floater. They're going to rebound.
One rebound, 2 shots, 3 shots.
So 3 shots and a layup. Okay. See, Logan's got the double. Somebody's got to be open. You got to get it.
There it is.
And
Victor Jones.
Yeah, Victor Jones. Okay. Well, Logan's going to get a look here. And goes back to the free throw line. A little bit better, but you notice that time they did switch the ball from one side of the court to the other.
It loosens up the defense.
As an offensive principle, absolutely you want to do that. Any defense is going to know help side, so you're trying to move the defense. That time they got it done. Several of the possessions earlier, they didn't quite get that done. Logan, let me see. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw line in the first half. I know that he's 4 for 4.
That's his first miss.
3 for 4 in the second half.
Say that, we do the free throw jinx.
Yeah, the jinx. Yeah.
Sorry about that, Logan.
pressure. Let's see. Okay, Bowles going to go over. They're going to get another layup.
Wide
Bowles,
open.
Bowles rotated, but his man didn't rotate.
Here you go, yep.
And they're going to get a
a
steal and
steal.
another layup. Yeah, this is going to get out of control. This may be end up to be a 35 to 40 point
Talk
game.
about 100. They'll make 100 before the end of the third quarter.
The UOG boys are playing hard, but it almost reminds me of like men against boys somewhat, where they got another steal and this is going to be another layup. Right now they're, and I believe they already called a timeout, and in FIBA, can you use your other timeout?
Okay, good
Finally,
pass.
They got that one out.
No, they could. Oh, they had the pass.
So far out of sync right now. Yeah, they did. They did make the right pass, and this is going to be another layup and another foul. Yeah, KFC. I mean, they're the class of the league so far. However, when they played our team Gatorade, I look for that to be really.
Right now it's what they call fried chicken for them today. So they're
100 to 64, and the game for the most better part was a much closer game than that. I'm just looking at the stat sheet. The second quarter, KFC scored 39 points. Man, when you start giving up 39 points in a quarter, do the math. You're almost looking at giving up 150 to 160 points a game.
Yeah, they just can't be frustrated. Can't give up. They just got to play basic basketball.
Right.
They got a shot.
They got the right pass,
and they get a shot.
I mean, it's frustrating. Nice. You wonder, why don't you do that every time?
Yeah.
As a coach, that would always frustrate me. You're like, hey, we just did it. It worked. Now let's do it again. Now they're going to get another layup out of this. The defense didn't rotate on that, but yeah. So let's see now. Can you do it again?
Pass. You got to give it up. A full court press. You got to pass. You got to pass that ball on a press.
And you noticed that.
Now he was trying to hot dog it.
I think so.
Yep.
But
and missed the layup.
The Bulls just hit a 3-pointer. Should you let them touch the ball again, man? Okay, well, Jones at least didn't give up the dunk.
Yep.
But yeah, that's the frustrating part. I would think that Coach Holmes would see that they had a decent possession here. UOG passed 3 or 4 times. Jared Bowles got a wide open look from 3, and then when they come down the next time, they didn't do it that time. So
it's just got they're still a young team.
They
this is their third
game,
so they're still
young.
They've got a gel, and
the frustration.
They're going to have their games coming. I know it.
But you can see the potential there. I mean, I definitely. They're going to win some games in this league. They're just they haven't quite got to that level where they are going to compete consistently with the KFCs and the Gatorade or national team guys and Coach Calvo. But you can still get something. I mean, essentially whatever term you want to use for it, garbage time or just
But full court press. I mean, you coach, as you well know, Michael Kwan's on the deck again.
He's just dribbling way too much.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't.
Okay, we got a technical foul.
No, Coach Holmes, I think, is
he's protecting his players.
He's protecting his player, but at the same time, I didn't. Did you think it was a foul?
There's 50-50 call on that.
Contact a little bit. When you're dribbling the ball that much, I think the referees kind of noticed that too, saying like, hey, we're not going to give him the call because he's trying to dribble through a double team.
Yeah, it's a little frustration.
But at the same time, Coach Holmes, I understand, trying to protect his player too.
He's fighting for his team.
Yeah, fight for your team. But yeah, I mean, you'd hope that UOG would want to get something. I mean, there's almost 12 minutes left in this game. Try to get something out of it. Don't just I think that was
refs are getting together to kind of talk, and I'm sure they're going to be keeping an eye on that again. So.
It could have been. There was contact there. I don't know. Sometimes I think Michael tries to sell the call.
Yep.
So I mean, these are some veteran referees. They're not going to buy what he's selling every time. But no, let's see. It's got to get a little press break set up here. I mean, now you're looking at just a half court man to man.
Go back to basics too. I mean, like we both know,
there's a double team right there.
Press. He makes the shot on this one, but
this
full court press, to break the press, you have to pass the ball.
Pass the ball. I mean, I'll go back to it's elementary, the flat basketball. Get a flat ball out. Hey, you've got to break this press by passing.
We got 3 seconds in the key.
Oh, they did call it 3 seconds on it. Okay. But yeah, there's certain fundamentals of the game. Whether I tell kids, whether you're playing, 7th grade in middle school or playing the NBA, passing the ball is still a concept that you must do at both levels.
Mike, another 3.
Well, see, that's one. Is UOG getting something out of this, or are they? I don't know how many games they're going to win if they don't pass the ball, on offense. So. Okay, now they got another.
Got another tech, so that good. They're frustrated.
Well, it's UOG. That's their 3rd technical tonight. You would hope that there's more composure maybe than that. And I know they're frustrated. I think these are fine young men. I mean, I love talking to them. I saw quite a few of them at the volleyball game the other night. Michael, tremendously respectful young man, Logan. But the frustration, it builds up, and then sometimes it spills over.
They're excellent players, trying to fight for their team there, but that's not the way to do it.
Yeah. I've always told kids, how about putting that effort into rebounding the ball, or
trying to
maybe dive on the floor for a loose ball.
Getting your teammates involved somehow.
I mean,
putting that same
channel that, make that a positive. But I would hope they would want to get something out of the rest of this game.
Yep. Really good player. So just
the frustration somewhat spilled over.
We were at a 2-point. They had the lead at the 1 point in the second quarter.
They did,
and
UOG was up.
It was
in the
single
quarter.
digits,
And
now.
I mean, what a half of basketball. Michael Kwan, the first half, had 30 points.
I'm sure he's close to 50 by now.
I mean, just hit the last 2 threes there, but when you're scoring 50 but losing by 30, those two numbers don't go together.
Looks like he's talking to him, and he picked his cookies on that one.
Yep. Well, he's in the double team. You got to find an open guy. I mean, we always I tell kids about simple logic. If you've been in a class, both teams have 5 players. If 2's on 1 player, where's the open man? That's the talent part, the vision. What am I going to find the open guy here? And I think as Michael progresses, maybe he will. But certainly tonight he's had a few issues with that.
Nice passing by Baylor and outside Ortega.
Inside, outside.
Yep, there it is. That's what you're looking for.
That's Ortega, man. Inside, outside. Man, this is really good.
Yeah, they're
I think Michael's looking for
his three, another 3 in a row on the threes.
Your teammates are standing there kind of.
They'll score 50.
Like, hey.
But like you said, if he scores 50, they're going to lose by 30, and they're down by 40 now.
Yeah.
Close to it, at least. Yeah. 112 to 76.
Did they get it? There we go. Okay.
Yeah,
Justin Dimwa.
There's someone open. He's open.
Bro's open there. That's good. See that time?
Look at that.
Victor Jones. That's some beautiful work. Victor Jones drove, pulled the defense, make the pass. I just think as a team, UOG is going to have to work on that stuff a little more.
It'll come.
It will.
So was that the third quarter?
That was the third quarter.
Okay.
They doing the math on that, that was a 46-point quarter for KFC.
112 to 79. Yes.
And the second quarter was 39. So in that quarter, in 2 quarters of basketball, UOG give up 85 points. The turnovers, I'm just looking. We'll find out when they give us the stats, but. The turnovers for the first, UOG had 13 turnovers in the first half of basketball. I think that quarter they may have had 13 in one quarter.
And, with the 2 technicals that quarter also. That's
very frustrating quarter. But, if you're in that huddle, and I've been in there before, man, we'd, take our beatings and say, hey, let's look at the score. It's 0-0 right now. Let's see what we can do.
All right, here comes the stats. I'll let you read this off here. Let me.
Well, I've just how many turnovers? I know they
Let's see here.
They had 13 turnovers in the first half.
They had 26.
Is it 26 total now? So
26.
They doubled, and that's when you start giving up 46 points a quarter.
Well, interesting here, though, is that the Bombers also have 24 turnovers. Steals, though, they have 8 steals to the UOG.
The way that you can counteract that, you can turn the ball over a lot when you're rebounding the ball.
Correct.
4
Total
and 5
rebounds,
times.
the KFC Bombers have 44 rebounds to 14.
So that's 30 possessions right there.
30 at 2. If they score most of them, that's it,
That's just a tribute to the – and I think they're playing very unselfish basketball. I know their assist total has to be up there.
Michael Kwan has 39 points.
He's got 39 now.
So he's 11 shy of the 50
to me,
we talked
it
about.
almost looks like KFC is fine with, hey, Michael, you get your points, and we'll take the rest of the team out of it.
KFC's got 5 people in double figures.
Do they really? 5 people.
Baylor Reginald has 12, but leading is Hill-Esther, Vincent Hill-Esther. No, actually he's tied with Andre Bailey at 26 points each.
Really, 26
Yep, and Timothy Aside has 18 points.
Well, that's good balance. And there you go. There's is that Hill-Esther just scored again.
Francis Ortega has 13.
Or Timothy Adside just scored got another layup there.
And Carl Sanders has 8, and Revis Henderson says 7. So you've got enough. I mean, another basket by each one of them, and then you have 7 players in double figures.
7 players in double figures. I mean, that's such good balance.
Yes.
Who are you going to key on? I mean, there's Ortega with another one. Look, Ortega's probably up in double figures now. But no, that's a tremendously balanced team. Years I used to go up to watch Coach Barnes have practice up at the Coral Reef Fitness Center there. And when he would have practice, he would stress, this possession, everybody's going to get a touch of the ball. And they kind of exhibit that out here on the court where they're tremendously unselfish. They're always looking for the open man.
Now, I know this game is not over, but, looking forward to Gatorade KFC matchup, the 2 undefeateds. What do you think Team Gatorade is going to need to do to,
rebound? I mean, really, we could throw out the scoreboard if Team Gatorade. Now, Gatorade, if they have the young guy Matt Vergerger with some size in there, they would also. I mean, Willie Stinnett was a professional player at one point.
They've got Joe Blas back now.
If Joe's hamstring, his hamstring was
that's right.
Pulled now. It was a minor pull. He may be back when these two teams meet
up again.
But no, I think Gatorade, they will definitely compete. But the hard thing is that Anderson just has, I mean, you looked at the stats, they may have 7 guys in double figures tonight. Who do you key on?
Exactly, and that's what I was trying to get to, is like, who do you key on? Do you key on anybody?
Unselfishness. I mean, you look at this right here. That was 4 passes. They're all willing to pass the ball.
And, you mentioned Matt Vergerger, who's going to be a senior.
Yeah, Matt's
still in high school.
Yeah, still in high school. 6'8".
And the experience that he's going to gain by playing against men.
Oh, that's only going to help. I mean, I'll know for a fact. When I was growing up out in the country back in Illinois, I'd go into the city, Springfield, and when I was 16 and 17, I wanted to play against guys that were 25, 30, and I got knocked around a lot. But I noticed that when I went back and played against 16 and 17-year-olds, all of a sudden it seemed like, hey, these guys aren't throwing those elbows at me. And that's Matt Vergerger playing in this league. I believe he's the only high school player in the league that I know of.
Great
it's going to benefit
Guam,
him.
Yes.
Yeah. I was talking to E.J. Calvo the other day, and I mean, if you just took the guys, let's say 23 and younger on Guam, and Matt probably being the youngest one, but Tomas Calvo, Takumi Simon, Ben Borja,
Billy
Belger's in that. Chris Connors in that class playing college ball in the Philippines now. One of my former players, Michael Min, made the team at NYU. Michael's played on several of those, so the future's bright.
Yes.
And then with UOG and Mr. Palmer putting on leagues like this, that's only going to help.
Yeah,
is that one of the Castro brothers in the game now?
Oh, he attacked
Aaron
the board.
Castro,
He was
Castro's in. Okay, that's a good-looking shot by Ortega. That one didn't go down.
He definitely has good release. There's that rebound. 1, 2, 3.
3 shots.
3,
And they're going to be unselfish here. 4 shots. And they got the teardrop. Oh, number 1's in the game now, David Guillory.
Yeah, they've got 3 new players here.
Let's see. Yeah, they're kind of clearing the bench now. Jared Glenzer, number 32, is in for KFC. Justin Dimlaw getting some run for. Okay, didn't get it to go down, but a nice drive by Aaron Castro. Just didn't get it. Okay,
still.
Well, let's see what we got here. Now this is a classic 2-on-1. Are they gonna?
Oh,
they're Bowles, good hustle.
It ended
good
up.
hustle. Good hustle.
Nice to keep following. Good.
Jared Bowles, I think is going to be all right. I don't know if he's a freshman or sophomore, but he looks like there's a bright future for him. And they're pounding it inside again. Is that number? Is one of their
20.
guys?
Is it number 20? Yep.
Okay, Timothy Adside. Just a complete domination really on the board. So see what Logan. No, they call it out of bounds.
So they're clearing everybody now. So
everybody's bringing.
They've got in Keenan Reed and
Coach Barnes will get a. Ricardo Colley, number 6, is in for Anderson. Keenan Reed, number 2, is in for the KFC.
And they've taken Michael Kwan out, which is smart.
Probably,
he was trying to foul down there. They didn't call it, but it was a frustration foul. I can see that. So just gotta, don't get frustrated. Come back the next game. Who do they play next? Do we know? Let's see here.
I see that a JFK grad, Chloe Rosas, is in number 5. I didn't see him play last week. When
they play Team Wu-Tang on Wednesday. No. Yeah, on Wednesday. They play Team Wu-Tang at 8:15. So,
okay.
Now that's a game they should.
Looking ahead a little bit on Sunday, November 3rd, the KFC Bombers play Team Gatorade. That would probably be the game of that day.
Mm-hmm. 4
our next, I just noticed, in our next broadcast game will not be till next Wednesday when the UOG Tritons play Team Gatorade on Wednesday, November 6th. So, that ought to be a great matchup. It's this coming Sunday.
So let's target that 4 o'clock for all of those of you that are watching at home. But actually, the first game is going to be at 2 o'clock. FSAC All-Stars against UOG Tritons. And then KFC Bombers against Team Gatorade at 4. And Team Wu-Tang versus 4 Stars at 6. So 3 games this Sunday. But before that, this Wednesday, there are 2 more games. So FSAG All-Stars against 4 Stars at 6:30, and Team Gatorade playing against Team Wu-Tang at 8:15. So come on down to UOG if you're watching. We've got a snack bar over here. We've got some Gatorade.
All completely free to come in.
Yep.
Just aircon in here, watch some good basketball, and
cheer for your favorite team.
Yeah.
They've
really done a nice job at the field. I mean, the finest.
One of the things I wanted to say is that we've got. I mentioned this the last time. The Team Guam is hosting in February, and one of the projects, and we hope to get some support from the legislature, is they're going to help resurface this whole floor.
Oh, okay.
So it's a FIBA regulation floor with new lines and sand it all down and making it look nice. So hopefully. I think they're going to see the legislature next week.
As Mr. Doug Palmer, the AD, was saying, there's so many more programs coming up here. I don't think that the legislature. I would hope they'd be for something like that because so many people get a benefit. It's not. It is almost a positive tax dollars at work.
Exactly. It's really good to see what UOG is doing now. With their sports programs, so really good.
Oh my, it's really climbing the boards. Oh, I think he stepped out of bounds, but man, you see that? Who was that number? Jared Glenzer for KFC, really crashing the boards on that. With, this is as many times I've played. I mean, the game's essentially over. You hope and pray nobody gets hurt at this point. Exactly. Maybe the younger guys, the Aaron Castros, Jared Bowles can get some. Good experience out of it. But the other side is some of these guys, they don't get to play a lot. They're in here going like, hey, I'm on TV now. But that's what Jared Glenser really crashing moves. This David David Guillory looking to get his name in the book. Man, the way they are crashing these boards. There's Adside coming in again. Another hoop from Timothy Adside. Really nice game tonight. But just one of the number of KFC bombers that are in double figures.
Oh, nice.
A nice left-hand move. Jared Bowles has put together a nice game for himself tonight. That may be that third scoring option that UOG needs. I mean, obviously, Dan Bowles got a steal.
Oh, he's got a steal and the turnover. I've seen Victor Jones play as well, and he can score as well. So he'll need to.
That's what they're really looking to get that next option. Such as you were mentioning earlier that KFC potentially could have 7 players in double figures tonight. For the most part, UOG is only looking at 2 players in double figures now. There's Victor Jones, nice little move. Didn't get the shot to fall, but
almost had it there. But this is good for them.
Yeah, Cloyd was a member of that 2000 JFK had it. Was it off Glenser's leg? Nope, saying it's still KFC ball. But yeah, I love seeing these. Cloyd Rosas was class of 2018 out of John F. Kennedy High School. He was in the group with Alshay Grappi, Jonah Hahn. Had a really, really nice group that year. But get to see these. I mean, getting some college education, playing some college basketball. Another Timothy Adside again.
He's the second half here. He's put on some points from third and fourth quarters. Oh, and a block by Adside.
Yeah. Well, Timothy Adside had 18 through 3 quarters. I think he's probably had 6 or 8 more here in the fourth so far. So
he could be the leading scorer of the game for KFC Bombers.
Because they've benched a lot of their other guys, but very.
And the steal.
Here they come again. Nice little Euro. Didn't finish with the left hand, but had some decent footwork there on the Euro. Let's see who we got taking it to the hoop here. Nice little drive to the hoop. Oh, Aaron tried to reverse layup.
Nice.
Okay, Jared Bowles again.
Yep.
We're still working hard. Love to see him work hard, and get some rebound, maybe get the.
Nice pass.
Jared Glenser. But when Glenser was trying to make the extra pass there.
He was.
That's one of the things we've talked about tonight, where almost maybe too unselfish here. They got Andrew for KFC has really emptied the benches now. David Guillory in the corner. Okay, out to number.
Yeah, it's nice to see military teams coming out as well and playing outside in the local team. So,
let's going back to 20 when. Oh, I don't know if they're going to call it. Yeah, I think
that was a good. Good charge there.
I'm not surprised. Aaron Castro, that's one of Gino Hahn's players from Sanchez, and those guys absolutely will stand in there and take that charge every time.
Yeah, we used to have this drill where our coach would just put a mat down there and just try to get us to
same thing. Beat him to the spot, take the charge,
and let him
protect yourself, and take the hit with your chest. And
so that was a great charge. Castro.
No, you love to see that. And here's a case. They're down 36 points. But Aaron Castro is still taking charges, and that's the right way. That's if you can get a program. Oh, what a nice
beautiful move there.
That's the footwork. The footwork at number 6. Yeah, Ricardo Colli. I mean, you wonder how many times he's practiced that. That didn't just happen by accident. Jared Bowles, maybe a little, probably out there in Logan Hopkins' range.
Yeah.
Okay, Glenser, another nice pass.
Oh, nice pass.
Nice pass, another rebound. They're really just getting on the boards. The rebound.
Fried chicken time now for KFC.
If Coach Holmes shows the tape to his team tomorrow, what you're going to see on there is a lot of guys standing around watching. Jared Bowles hit another 3.
And this is probably good for him.
Good for his
gives him some confidence.
Another little Euro step, got it to drop. But yeah, at this point in the game, you're trying to essentially play the clock out. But let's see. I mean, there's one pass. I'd love to see UOG play. There's 2 passes. Get 1 possession, 3
nice.
passes.
Oh, that was the right pass.
I don't recall. It was the right pass, but I don't recall them even getting to 5 passes on a possession tonight, because a lot of times it's 1 shot, maybe
dribble.
none shot. But that's where if they're gonna succeed, take a lesson from KFC. What are they doing? How are they beating us? One thing is passing the ball better, and absolutely being relentless. Is that Keenan Reed? Okay.
Oh,
yeah, still playing hard.
Ricardo Colley getting the call.
Yeah, it'll be somewhat back to the drawing board for UOG. They had some nice success the first game that we watched them play Wu-Tang. Really did some good things. As a game, Logan had 31, I believe, and Michael had 28. Got some contribution. But now the last 2, when they played 4 stars, and now tonight they've really been out of the game most of the second half anyway. So you're back to the drawing board. Aaron Castro on the board.
Nice rebound.
Love seeing Aaron play. Aaron, and he's doing nice drive.
Beautiful.
They're going to the hoop hard. Aaron, and he has a twin brother, Anthony, that both ran cross country, played basketball 4 years for Coach Hahn up at Simon Sanchez, and love to see him out here, man. And be all right. Number 11,
nice
Rodney Merritt.
And David Guillory is dishing the ball pretty well.
Yeah.
So
let's see Aaron going to the hoop again. That time he didn't get it to fall. Rodney Merritt clearing the boards, though. They got some 4-on-2 action here.
Oh, nice shot there by Keenan Reed.
Keenan Reed running the floor. Here I found hey, guys, let's try to move the ball all the time. Let's get some of these guys that haven't got a lot of touches. Cloyd Grosses hasn't even touched the ball in the half-court set yet. You'd like to see him get a touch. There's Victor Jones. As you said, that knuckleball.
Yeah.
What it is, he's not flicking his wrist on the shot.
Just pushing it.
You don't get that backspin on it. That's just something you work on.
Yeah, you got to. I mean,
it's time in the gym, man. I know over the years that St. John's, some of the really elite shooters that we've seen, the J.P. Cruises over the years. I'll leave some of the current guys. Irv Jose, just a beautiful release on the shot for one of the younger guys, Takumi Simon. How much time they put on, releasing the ball, getting the proper spin on the ball.
Billy Belger,
absolutely.
Shooter.
But their release, it's something that you have to work on that day after day after day.
We used to teach them that, at a young age. You've gotta have you shoot it with hands in the cookie jars if it was up high.
Exactly.
Shoot. All righty.
Well,
so
man,
141 to 98.
If you had wanted to bet me when UOG had just taken the lead in the second quarter, I thought, man, these guys are really going to hang in this tonight. And at some point, KFC just almost flipped a switch.
They did.
And then some frustration builded. So, what do we got, a 43-point game here tonight? But there was really a tale of 2 halves almost, or at least
KFC's is really gelling well now, but UOG they just need to find their game there, and they were going to have to have everybody else kind of.
A lot of young guys, they got maybe a couple other ones coming up that when they play,
they've definitely got potential. So,
that's what you'd hope for is that they could maybe learn something from this. I mean, obviously, no one likes to learn when you're getting beat by 43, but if you don't watch the tape and learn from maybe the ball movement, rebounding, I'm not sure how much there is to learn. Rebounding, I've always said, it's a desire. You have one basketball and 10 guys on the floor.
You have to.
I don't know that there's a lot of X's and O's involved in that. That is something where, hey, it comes from inside, not outside. So,
correct.
Obviously, so those are the areas that have to be improved upon.
All right. So the next game is this Wednesday. We've got a Wednesday game, FSAG All-Stars against 4 Stars at 6:30, and Team Gatorade against Team Wu-Tang. But the game of the week is going to be this Sunday. There are 3 games. FSAG All-Stars at UOG Tritons at 2 o'clock. The game of the week is going to be the KFC Bombers and Team Gatorade at 4 o'clock. And followed by Team Wu-Tang and 4 Stars at 6. So come on down to UOG and take in some game, take in a basketball game. There's drinks and some snacks over here. So we appreciate it.
Absolutely. We bring family. All right. Well, that's, we come here. The action just keeps getting better and better. And, I look forward next Wednesday to being back out here with you. And,
all right.
Going through this. But I guess saying goodnight from the University of Guam Calvo Fieldhouse here, and we shall see you next Wednesday.
Yes. Yep. All right, thank you.
They say there are 2 kinds of people in this world. Those who find themselves and those who create themselves. Are you looking for purpose or deciding it for yourself? Will you plunge waiting for someone to catch you? Or will you jump and build your wings on the way down? Seek a path or carve a path. Wait for the future or build it. What is a school but a set of walls waiting for greatness? And who are you but someone destined to achieve it? Here, between the street and the jungle, against time and tide, we push and pull just like the currents. Our ocean of dreams will meet the odds ahead and rise above it all.